Did you know that 90% of a garden's success can be attributed to its location? Yes, you heard that right. Now you might be thinking, surely it can't be that simple. But let's delve a little deeper into this. The location of your garden can significantly impact everything from the health of your plants to their ability to photosynthesize. It's not just about planting your seeds and hoping for the best. It's about strategically placing your garden in the most advantageous spot. Let's start with the basics. Every plant requires a certain amount of sunlight, water, and nutrients to grow. These are the building blocks of a healthy plant. But where does location come into play? Well, the location of your garden determines how much sunlight your plants receive, how much water they retain, and how many nutrients they can absorb from the soil. Now you might be wondering, how do I select the perfect spot for my garden? Well, the first thing to consider is sunlight. Sunlight is the lifeblood of your garden, the magical ingredient that turns a tiny seed into a towering sunflower or a juicy tomato. Without sufficient sunlight, your plants will struggle to grow, their leaves will pale, and their fruits will remain stubbornly small. Why is sunlight so important, you ask? Sunlight powers photosynthesis, the process by which plants convert light energy into the chemical energy they need to grow and thrive. Without enough sunlight, photosynthesis slows down, and so does your plant's growth. So, how do you determine if a location gets enough sunlight? A general rule of thumb is that most vegetables and fruits need at least 6 hours of direct sunlight each day. However, this can vary. Leafy greens, for instance, can tolerate more shade, while sun-loving crops like peppers and tomatoes crave more sun. One way to gauge the amount of sunlight a location receives is by observing it throughout the day. Notice when and where the sun hits the spot and for how long. There are also handy tools available, like sun calculators, that can help you determine how much sunlight a location gets. But remember, sunlight isn't just about quantity, it's also about quality. The intensity of sunlight varies throughout the day. Morning light is gentler and less intense, while afternoon light can be harsh and hot. Some plants prefer the soft morning sun, while others thrive under the strong afternoon rays. Choosing a sunny spot for your garden isn't always straightforward, but it is crucial. You'll need to consider your plant's specific sunlight needs, the quality and quantity of sunlight a location gets, and how the sun moves across your chosen spot throughout the day. It's a fascinating dance between the sun and your plants, one that you, as a gardener, get to choreograph. So take the time to understand your garden's sunlight needs. Your plants will thank you for it. Remember, a sun-kissed spot is a garden's best friend. After sunlight, the next crucial factor is wind and weather protection. Now, when we think of wind, we might picture a gentle breeze rustling the leaves of our plants. But the reality is, both wind and severe weather conditions can pose significant challenges to the health and vitality of your garden. Wind, as peaceful as it might seem, can cause physical damage to plants. It can break branches, cause desiccation or drying out, and even uproot plants entirely. Wind also increases evaporation rates, which can lead to a higher demand for water and potentially drought stress for your plants. So, how do you combat the force of the wind? The answer lies in choosing a location that offers natural or built windbreaks. This could be a wall, a fence, or a row of trees or shrubs that can buffer the wind's intensity. These structures not only protect your plants physically, but also create a microclimate that can help your plants thrive. But the wind isn't the only weather element to consider. Rapid temperature fluctuations, heavy rain, hail, and frost can all wreak havoc on your garden. That's why it's essential to understand your garden's exposure to the elements. To assess a location's exposure, observe the area throughout different times of the day and during different seasons. Take note of how the wind behaves and how other weather patterns impact the area. This will give you valuable insights into whether your selected location can provide the shelter your garden needs. Remember, a well-protected garden is a thriving garden. By understanding the role of wind and weather, and by choosing a location that offers protection from these elements, you can significantly improve the chances of your garden's success. It's all about giving your plants the best possible environment in which to grow and flourish. In the face of nature, a protected garden stands tall. So let's continue our journey to creating a thriving garden by exploring our next topic: water, the life source of every garden. Last but not least, let's talk about water accessibility. Water is the life source for your garden. Without it, even the most resilient plants will wilt and fail. So, when you're choosing a location for your garden, one key factor to consider is how readily available water is. There's a reason why civilizations have historically sprung up near water sources. It's not just because water is essential for human survival. It's also because water is vital for agriculture. In the same vein, your garden is going to need a dependable water supply to flourish. But what does water accessibility look like in a garden setting? Well, first and foremost, it means having a water source nearby. This could be a hose, a watering can, or even a rain barrel if you're aiming for a more eco-friendly approach. The point is, you don't want to be lugging heavy buckets of water across your yard every day. Make life easier for yourself by ensuring your garden is within easy reach of a water source. Additionally, water accessibility isn't just about proximity. It's also about how effectively you can deliver water to your plants. This is where irrigation systems come into play. A good irrigation system will distribute water evenly across your garden, ensuring every plant gets its fair share. It will also conserve water by directing it precisely where it's needed, rather than wasting it through overspray or runoff. When setting up an irrigation system, consider the specific needs of your plants. Some might require a gentle mist, others a deep soak. The type of soil you have also plays a role. Sandy soils absorb water quickly but don't hold onto it for long, so they may need more frequent watering. Clay soils, on the other hand, absorb water slowly but retain it for a longer period. In conclusion, water accessibility is a crucial factor in choosing a garden location. It's not just about having water nearby, but also about ensuring it can be efficiently and effectively delivered to your plants. With water within reach, your garden will thrive. So, we've covered sunlight, protected location, and water accessibility. Now, let's tie it all together. When you take a step back and look at the big picture, you realize that each of these elements we've discussed is a piece of a larger puzzle. That puzzle is the location of your garden. The right location can make the difference between a thriving, productive garden and a struggling one. Think of it like this: your garden is a small ecosystem, and just like any ecosystem, it needs balance. Sunlight, wind protection, and water accessibility are the three pillars that create this balance. Let's do a quick recap. Sunlight is the fuel that powers your garden. It's the driving force behind photosynthesis, the process that allows plants to convert light into food. Without adequate sunlight, your plants simply can't thrive. They'll become weak, their growth will be stunted, and they won't produce as much fruit or as many flowers. Next, we have wind and weather protection. While a gentle breeze can be beneficial, providing much-needed air circulation, too much wind can be detrimental. It can damage plants, dry them out, and even knock them over. That's why it's crucial to choose a location that provides some level of protection against the elements. And finally, there's water accessibility. Water is as essential to plants as it is to us. It's needed for everything from nutrient transport to photosynthesis. But here's the thing, not all water is created equal. The source of your water matters. A location close to a clean, reliable water source will make your gardening life much easier. Each of these factors, sunlight, protection, and water, plays a vital role in the success of your garden. They're the foundations upon which you build your garden, and without them, your garden simply won't thrive. When it comes to a successful garden, remember, location matters. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your fellow garden enthusiasts.